Chaos Shuffle, aka random perks served for everyone, I see. Wow.
What's this?
Fucking Ulf.
Wolf kissed and half done. Well met. Come, fill your bellies with mead.
You stole this tribute. By rights, this is mine. It was meant for me.
We stole nothing. Faravid gifted this to us for a hard day's battle.
And did you take my scout Olav in that battle? Your brother in arms? Did he too have to die for this tribute?
That was Olaver? Damned fool. We thought he was a thief.
The only thieves here are the ones drinking my mead and spit-shining my silver. You, cowards and traitors.
We are owed this bounty, Jarl. For battles won and blood let. Eivor, you tell him.
I mean, if you change up your if you change up your what do you call, like, your statement a little bit, you could just be like, who happens to get deadlock, ruin, at third uses one, and pain rest. So technically your sentence is not wrong. If you just switch up pain rest with a third uses one. But yeah, that's unlucky. This guy, I don't trust Wolf. I really don't. Because he was talking mad shit. Mad shit. About half done. Mad shit. Oh yeah. I mean, I would need Brotherhood. I don't have that.
This is treason, and treason is punishable by death.
Faravid treated us better than you ever did.
Faravid is nothing, and you are less.
Excuse me.
They forced my hand.
Take hold of your fear, Halfton. It can poison your mind.
Faravid killed this man, not me. He forced my hand with sleights and trickery. He... Forgive me. I find it hot in these furs. The day must be warming. You have a meeting with Faravid. Is that not right?
I do, at the waltz.
Yes, I know the place well. It is on the road between Jorvik and Picheringa. Press him, Eivor. As hard as you can. Never let up. And bring me proof of his treachery, or otherwise. Traitors, thieves. No right. They had no right to... It's rightfully mine. Yes.
He's losing his mind.
Rat. Words are poison.
I mean, technically, you could say that what you call it, you know, it wasn't his fault for that to happen because he did not choose to do that. Like, if he could choose otherwise, he probably would have. But also, the reason why that had to happen was because the Federated was, you know... Federated technically was the reason for it, due to the fact that Federated is, you know... the traitor, but... Nyeh. It's a wonky road to go on.
Go!
Country road, take me home to the place round below. Where you know? Take me home. Also, I think he was trying to convince himself and not really me. I don't think I was the one he was trying to convince. Mostly convince. Which makes it all the more sad.
What do you see? Sure.
Eivor, welcome. You made it. Come, have a drink.
You're a few horn Steve already?
Yet still floating. Tell me, how did my old friend like his goblet gift?
There were other things on his mind. Your man Ulfra, for instance. He died protecting the spoils he stole from Halfdan.
Ulfr. Poor Ulfr. I told
That
him
connection
to
died.
mind your
No
tongue.
clue if you answered.
Wags it
Sorry
like
about
a
that.
slobbering dog.
Answered what?
Always so easily riled.
No. Riches and glory have shaped him into something new. He's not the same man he...
Oh, the other statement. Oh, well, reply to the Freddy Luck. I mean, I did, but that was a whole thing. I said, like, you know, your sentence made sense if you just, you know, switch pain rest with a third useless one. So, like, your sentence still made sense, just in the wrong order. But yeah, like, it was just also just kind of sad that a shitty killer got such a good fucking luck in perks. But but what do you call it? I'm sure he had fun. Guess what I got? Exactly. No mither. I was just about to guess that. Damn it! How dare you take the answer away from me? Like, does it circle all perks or just perks you own? All perks. I see. Not only did it get basically a meta build that was permanently one shot. Yeah, that's sad. Ugh. I mean, obviously, why not tunnel no either? That's just an easy target. Freddy sucks, so I can see why he did it. It's fucking awful, but I can see why he did it. I mean, with his perk, like with the luck of his perks, he definitely shouldn't have tunneled. Like, had he gotten like 4 very useless perks for Freddy, like it could definitely warrant to go, like, just, you know, go for the no mither, like the one that had the no mither luck, but like the one that had no mither luck. Ah ha ha ha! I'm so funny. But yeah, it's just fucking annoying. I was out of the game within like 5 minutes in an event mode. Fuck yeah. Riches and glory change people.
What is this place? I expected an army ready for warcraft.
This was our first camp in Northumbria. I came here with Halfdan and his brothers, Uba and Ivar. We besieged Jorvik and put King Alla in the cold ground. Those were good days, now too far gone.
What is all this?
My share of the treasure we took from those distant days. I buried it here for a rainy day. This bag is heavy with silver. Enough to pay for an army.
Come! Race me to Jorvik, Eivor. Remind me of the glories long gone.
You're too drunk to win a race.
Then have a drink. Make it fair.
What's keeping you, friend Eivor? Waiting for spring? Best not fall off your horse.
See you in Jorvik.
Fuck.
Having trouble keeping up?
My horse must be deeper in the cups than I am.
What are we doing in Jorvik? You haven't said.
Paying a visit to our kept King Rishi. Long may he reign. I haven't enough men to beat the Picts alone, but with Rishi and his Fyrd, we'll finish them off.
You'd bring a puppet king into this fight, but not your Jarl?
Psst. Keep this to yourself. The streets have ears, the windows have eyes.
Best I did was 2k. And later that killer complains on Reddit how broken survivor perks are. I was all kind of mad he'd play like that in a fun mode, so yeah. Yeah. It's kind of it kind of sucks that he got a meta build. He just played full-on meta killer in a fun mode. So, luck was just all over. Apparently, according to a DVD streamer, there's a survivor perk that's gonna buff Swifts even further somehow. I forgot the perk's name. I mean, to be fair, there's gonna be like a buff to survivors that is quite extensive, which is Object of Obsession. If you're a good juicer, that perk is gonna make you win 90% of your games. Unless the killer is good at countering juicers. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't. There's very few where opinions really matter, I would say. There's few whose opinion really matter. I mean, their knowledge is great, but still, like, their opinion is their opinion, right? It's not something to be taken at face value. Because their opinions might not be right, but their knowledge towards the game, like, you know, pro players or, like, you know, somebody who has, like, extensive knowledge, who goes into extensive details. And I only know, currently, I only know like 2 who go that far. Which is Hens and... Oh, what's Odds? Odds and Hens, those 2 are probably the only ones where, like, their knowledge speaks more than their opinions. If that makes sense. Sorry, I don't know what's going on right now. Behavior already went back on some of the changes. While some of it will buff Swifts, some others will give killers more options, so it kinda evens out. At the end of the day, DPD will stay survivor-sided at the highest level. Which honestly is how it's supposed to be. It is survivor sided, so what do you call it? The killer actually has a challenge, right? It would be boring to watch a game that is just killer sided. Like a pro game, for example. Like that would be kind of boring just watching a like killer sided event. Because they would just like, it would just be like, oh well, the killer will win 90% of the time. So the game is, you know, I would say if we want to go and be meta about it, right? I would say it's swift-sided. It's swift-sided. I think that's a better term. It's swift-sided. Because technically the game is balanced. Neither killer-sided nor survivor-sided. It's just swift-sided. Because like if you have a lot of communication between each other, it's way easier to play the game. So technically, yes, it is survivor-sided, but I would more call it swift-sided. Yeah, I'll see it as swift-sided. It's 4 players versus 1, after all. If those actually communicate and coordinate well, of course, the killer loses, unless he employs despicable strategies. Or it's just playing smart. Like, one thing is, like, you know, we've all said this, right? Like, if the killer's about to lose, and he tunnels somebody out, or camps somebody to secure, like, you know, 1 or 2 kills, in like a pro match, that is what he needs to either get a draw or win. So those strategies, although despicable in casual play, make sense for, you know, the high tier gameplay, right? So, despicable strategies are just basic strategy for pro players, right? So can we really call them despicable strategies overall? I mean, yeah, you can actually. Yeah, I'll shut the fuck up. I'll shut the fuck up. I've always complained about how pro players literally get like the entirety of League defined behind them and pro play, so everybody else gets fucked in casual play. But, meh. And now I'm playing the opposite. For fuck's sake. Anyway. But I get lobbies whenever I'm solo queue where the other randoms actually play well together, and we did plays like that probably seemed like a Swift, but were random and just well improvised. Yeah. Despicable plays would be focusing one out and, like, you know, just camp them. Honestly. Tunneling people out, camp them. The old chess skull merchant. The old chess skull merchant. That's a despicable strategy. Because you lock people in for tunnel at 5, exactly. Proxy camps, lock people at 5, yeah. Like, there's a lot of quote-unquote despicable strategies. Whereas in a pro game, they make sense, right? Like, they make sense in a pro game. Where there's a lot of risk. Right? So those strategies make sense, but like in the public eye, it's definitely despicable. Because why would you tunnel at 5 gens, right? Like, why? You have literally no reason to just like slug at 5 gens. You have 5 fucking gens. It's gonna take a fucking while before they make those, especially if you play if you play optimal, and if you know what you're doing. There's no reason for you to slug at all, but people still do it. Like, if you're down to like 1 gen, you haven't killed anybody, right? Like, tunneling 1 out or 2 just so you can get on the board for yourself and get some blood points, it makes sense. You have 1 gen left. You don't know when it's gonna pop or when they're gonna escape. It's gonna suck for the person that gets targeted, but the killers also need some form of what do you call it? Of, you know, strategy to come back with, or they're just gonna like not gain anything. Especially if they need pips, like they need like a kill or 2 just to secure 1 pip. For example, camping someone with the executor powered is fine. There's no other options. Same goes for slugging. But when the survivors are still sitting at 5 gens and you do the same, you're an ass. Exactly. There's very few moments where slugging is, you know, frowned upon, I should say. Because everybody hates slugging. Everybody hates slugging. Hell, I hate slugging, but sometimes I have to do it. Fucking sucks. But I have to do it because I need points on the board. And it's sad because it works. It works. Yes, because the last time I played, the gates were open and I camped 1 guy out of the game and obviously got insulted for it. Oh yeah, they will get pissy. They will get pissy. They will get really pissy. Hell, Gravity. I had people. I've told you the story before of like the first time ever I used Lightborn. I was being insulted for like 30 minutes in my chat. For the first game I've ever used Lightborn. I literally just unlocked it for other killers. And I just tried it out. And people got only bitches play with Lightborn. You can't even play killer without Lightborn, you fucking bitch. And I'm just like, it's the first game I ever played Lightborn. What the fuck? I've never used Lightborn before this game. What the hell? But yeah, like, I had a game where I had a game where, what do you call it? I think I was at like one kill or 2 kills. Like 1 or 2 kills, I think. And then, oh wait, no, wait. I had 1 kill. Gates were open. Well, not open, but like, you know, all gens were done. Oh yeah. I love doing that. I do that all the time. It's fucking great. But like I had 1 kill, right? And I managed to get 1 down after they, what do you call it, like completed all the generators. So like the, what do you call it, the gates were powered. They hadn't opened them yet, but the gates were powered. So I camped, obviously. I camped this guy. What does Lightbound do? Flashlights don't blind you. Or you don't get blinded by any source. Last man will still stun you, but you won't get blinded. But, so, here's the thing, right? I camped this second guy because I wanted at least a 2k, right? So I camped him before the changes for, like, you know, staying near the hook. So before that, I camped this one guy. And they were adamant, fucking adamant about trying to get him off the hook. I ended up with a 4k instead of a 2k because they just did not want to leave out the gates. So it turned from a 2k and a magic pip to just full on 4k. And they were angry. Like, angry was an understatement. They were fucking furious. They were fuming because I got that 4k. Because they couldn't leave well enough alone. They needed that guy out. And ended up just all of them dying in the process. Oh yeah. You can still do it. So if you see like the entire 4 people having a flashlight, I'm just gonna take Lightbone because why not? Why am I gonna bother with 4 flashlights? Like I see like 1 flashlight or 2. Well, that's fine. I can live with it. 4 flashlight? Okay, fuck you all. Man. I'm sorry, Chad. I don't know what's going on. It's not that I don't feel Valhalla, it's just I'm having one of those moments again. You know, the kind of like prelude to minor meltdown. So Valhalla is just not like I can't concentrate on it. It might also just the burnout. It might also just be the burnout. I don't know. It might also just be the burnout. I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now. So these conversations are nice, but yeah, I don't understand. Again, like there is that shitpost on Reddit. There's literally that shitpost on Reddit, like Survivor's like rule book for killers. it has like 100. It has like rules that basically just makes killers not able to do anything. They're not even allowed to. They're almost not even allowed to move or look in a survivor's direction. If you had to follow all of the fucking rules that were on the rule book, you can only stand still. If even. Like, you almost literally had to walk away from the game if you had to follow the entire rulebook. You had to literally just walk away. But yeah, I've also done like 80%. Standing still? You're toxic, man. Yeah. Oh, you're not even seeing us in chat. You don't even want to play the game. You're going to a game, but you don't even want to play. Fucking toxic. Oh no, gravity. That's too much freedom. You're still toxic if you do that. That's toxic behavior. You go in, you don't use your power, you have no perks, you think you're better than them. You think you're better than them, so you're toxic. You don't even see survivors as a challenge. You're absolutely toxic. It's like, you know, like in fight scenes and stuff where they're like, I will only use one hand.